Hey, what is going on guys? It's Tharshey and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have a complete beginner's guide to War Era. So if you guys do enjoy this video, then please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications. Also, if you guys want to, you can become YouTube members, which helps support the channel further and unlocks a host of cool perks for you, such as getting shoutouts at the end of my videos, getting to play with me. You also have exclusive members only chat rooms on Discord. You just have to make sure to connect your YouTube and Discord accounts. You also get early access to all my members first videos, as well as exclusive access to members only videos and live streams. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so as you can see, we are staring at a map of the world. So a lot of you guys will probably look at this and think Hearts of Iron, and that's kind of actually correct. This is a very similar type of game, except it's more real time rather than just over a couple of hours. But yeah, we're gonna dive into every single part of the game that you need to know as a new player, because I see a lot of players wanting to sign up, wanting to join in, and they just have no idea what to do. So first of all, let's say you've signed up, you forgot to pick a username and you picked the wrong country, or it auto-picked the wrong country for you, right? And you want to play for your country, which in my case is obviously going to be South Africa. Now, how do I join my country, okay? So all you do is you will click on whichever country you want. So for example, let's say you joined South Africa, but you're actually meant to be in Spain. Then you're just going to click on Spain over here. And now this will bring up Spain and show you all their stuff, their home, laws, account, all of that stuff. Now you can scroll to the end over here and you'll see citizenship. So all you'll do is you'll click citizenship and then you'll type a message just saying, hi, I selected the wrong country. Please accept me into Spain, and then you'll click apply, and then the president or vice president or someone from Congress can accept you, okay? So for anyone who was lost and who picked the wrong country, that is how you select a country, or that is how you move to the correct country. You just click on the country, you go to citizenship, and you apply for citizenship, and then you will be accepted by the president or a member of Congress. Now, next up, you still call the user, like look at this guy, user TTR something something, and you want to make sure you have your actual username. All you'll do is you'll click on yourself, okay? So if you're not, if that tab's not open, you'll just see on this top right, there is a little bar with whatever your profile picture is and your level and stuff. So you'll click over here, you'll click profile, and now you'll go all the way over to settings. And in settings, you can pick your username, okay? So you can choose your username here and you can update that to whatever you want. So that is how you will set your username. It's also part of your missions at the start, so you're killing two birds with one stone. Now, next up, we're going to go over every tab over here, okay? So you have 5 different stuff over here, you have another set of tabs over here, and you have another set of tabs over here, okay? So it's a lot. It's a lot at first when you look at it, but it's very simple once it's broken down. So the first thing we're going to do is click on the mission tab, okay? Now the mission tab is broken down into 3 sections. You have your daily missions, your weekly missions, and your starting missions. So your starting missions are once off. Once you've completed them, that is it, okay? So as you can see, I completed all my starting missions. There's no more new ones or anything. You'll just receive all the XP, your extra money, and your cases from doing them. Your weekly missions obviously will refresh every week. As you can see, there's 4 days left. I've already completed all my weeklies, so I'm just going to wait on the reset to do that. And your daily missions obviously reset every 24 hours. And missions are the primary way, or I think probably the only way, to earn XP to level up your account. So as you can see, I am level 23. I need 2000 XP basically to level up to 24. And each of these missions I do will give me I think 10 XP or something for my dailies. I think weeklies give you maybe 40 XP or whatever. And your starting missions give you a decent amount to level you up quickly. So yeah, that is how your missions work. All you have to do is make sure whenever you log on, you do all your missions, make sure all your dailies are done, make sure by the end of the week all your weeklies are done, and that is it, okay? That's all you need to do to ensure that you're leveling up. If all your missions are done, that is the quickest way for you to actually level up. Next up, you have the tab underneath, which is the shop. Now the shop, we're going to ignore all of this stuff, right? This is all if you just want to become a supporter. And just want to quickly say, if you do become a supporter, it's only cosmetic, okay? It's cosmetic and ease of use stuff. There's no pay to win. There is no way for you to pay to get ahead of other people, okay? If you become a supporter, instead of opening one case at a time, you can open multiple cases at a time. Or instead of your name being a default color, you can pick for your name to be in red, whatever you want, okay? That's all, okay? That is all. Now, in the shop, the only thing that you are going to want to look at as a new player is your free daily reward. So you'll come and you'll claim that, and that will just give you one free case a day, which you can open or you could sell for about $3 on the marketplace. Now, this is your news tab. Your news tab is basically just articles written by players, and normally you can ignore it, but sometimes you will see a mission to read news articles, okay? I don't think I have any here at the moment. Oh, there we go. One of my weeklies, read 5 articles. All you'll do for that is, you'll come over here, you'll click on an article, you can open it, click on the next one, open it, and that will count as reading your articles. Now, if you want to look at information for your country, you can click over here. This is country. And if this is closed, this bar is here on the bottom right-hand side. So click country, and this will show all your country information, okay? So this is our government. This is our current rankings. We're number 1 for production bonus. We're number 20 for active population. So hey, if any South Africans or if anybody actually who is watching this video wants to join, I will leave a link to the website or to the thing, and you can sign up using that referral link of mine, which will allow you to start off with some bonus money. And once you hit level 15, I will also get a little bit of bonus in-game currency. But yeah, this is just your country tab, so it shows all of that, shows your diplomacy, sworn enemies, your allies, just all the information you could possibly want about your country. Again, as a normal player, you can probably ignore 99% of the stuff. This is not important to you unless you want to go and get into the whole politics of the game. If you want to do that, then obviously, you're going to be trying to go for one of these positions over here, like president, vice president, maybe a ministry position or a Congress position. But yeah, up until that point, none of this is really important for you. I mean, you can come over here to vote for elections, but otherwise, it's literally, you can just see a list of citizens, all of that stuff. So that's just basically your country information. Now, next up, we have party. So again, joining a party, this is basically a political party. It's one of your starting missions, so you should do it. Now, parties work. So basically, this is a party description. This is my party, the IOM. So if anyone who is watching this video is without a party or wants to switch, come over, join my party, the IOM. So parties have different ethics. So these are all your ethics you can pick. So these are all just different bonuses. So you can pick like expansionist, which will give you, buffs to maybe military. You can pick imperialist, which gives you more money from taxes. You can pick diplomacy. There's a whole bunch of different stuff which the party leader and stuff will select. For you as a normal player, you're not going to have to worry about any of this. You can just have a look to see if the bonuses are something that, you're interested in. Then you'll have a list of members, all of that. But yeah, let me just go to all parties just to show you a list of parties. So when you click on the party tab as a new player, right? When you click on it, you're going to see this tab here. You're going to see this, okay? So you'll see all the current parties active. So there's this party with 3 members, there's Safa with 60, Sab with 20, these guys with 15, these guys with 36, and then my party over here with 14 members. So all you're going to do as a new player is you're going to go to party, you're going to click on my party, and then you're going to request to join. So I think it is, wait, where is it? It's applications? Yeah, so I think it's member applications. You'll just click and you'll say request to join, or it will be at the bottom. You'll scroll down and there'll be a thing to say join party. I can't see that obviously because I'm already in the party, but for new players, you guys will see that. It'll either be on this page or it will be on the application tab. So you can just go and scroll through and check that out for yourself. Now, the next 3 tabs, we're not going to really pay attention to. This is just ranks and these are just events. So honestly, you don't really need to worry about any of this because this guide, as I said, is a beginner's guide. It's for all you players who, starting out from level 1 all the way to like level 15, at which point you are able to vote and do a lot more in game. Now, that's that tab down, right? So now we're going to have a look at this bottom tab over here. So on the bottom tab over here, you have your inventory first. So your inventory just shows you what you have available to yourself. So if we look at inventory, this is a bunch of the materials I have. So currently I have some iron, some steel, I have 1 bread, and I have some scrap. These are my weapons and my gear. So weapons are just broken down into categories. So you have weapons, which is your knives, your swords, your knives, your guns, all of that. You have helmets, you have chests, you have gloves, pants, and boots. Obviously, there's different rarities. If we go and look at craft, so this is the way you craft your gear. It'll also be one of your starting missions, I believe, to craft a gear piece. So yeah, you can just go over here And then this will show you all the different rarities and the gear that you can craft. And it takes scrap as well as some iron, or is this steel? Sorry, it takes scrap and steel to craft gear. You can craft random gear, or you can craft a specific type. If you choose a specific type, it costs double the steel. For example, for Mythic, a random gear piece will cost me 32 steel, and it'll cost me 1,460 scrap. If I choose a specific type, it's going to cost me 64 steel instead. So yeah, that is how you craft stuff. Now, in order to dismantle stuff, because there's also, you can dismantle your gear for scraps, and then you can either sell the scraps or use that to craft new things, or you can just dismantle if you have to for I think there's probably a mission or two to do that. You just click on any item you want, and then you click the dismantle button over there. We'll just dismantle the shore. So there we go. See, there we go. I dismantled that. And now I have 5 more scrap over there. Let me just actually equip a new piece of gear there. Perfect. So yeah, this is your inventory. It shows you all the stuff you have. You can craft new gear and you can also dismantle gear. And then this is your overall stats and the current gear you have equipped. Now next up you have MU. MU is basically a military unit. And military units, you basically join one and they can bid on contracts, or they can, basically act like a mercenary group. So if your military unit leader says, we're doing a contract, then basically that means a country is paying you guys to go do damage for them. Okay, so you're not gonna have to worry about any of that stuff. That is all for the leader of your MU. All you need to do is make sure you join one. Okay, so the way to join one is very simple. You'll click on this tab, right? Then on the top right, you'll see there's this bell icon and the search icon. You'll search over there and you can search for any military unit you want to join. For example, the name of the unit I'm in, which is run by a friend, is called that. Okay, so you'll just click on it and then you can request to join. Again, to request to join, I'm pretty sure you just go to member applications over here and then you can send a join request. This is actually one of my friends, but there's no space in the military unit at the moment. But yeah, that's all a military unit is. Okay, just join it because it's one of your starter quests. And then whenever you see this come up, click help. It's just giving extra HP in battles. So yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. Okay, it's literally just you helping the other members in the military unit out. Now, next up we have battles. So battles are very simple. Now, the way battles work is basically there's going to be a whole list of battles. You can see battles that are occurring in your country. You can see battles that have a bounty. A bounty just means that you're getting paid a little bit of money in return for damage that you do in that battle. You can see allied battles, all of that stuff, right? So what I recommend as a new player, if you're seeing all of this and you're not sure what to do, is, just look at the one that's under orders. Okay, orders are basically orders set down by your country or your military unit, and then hover over this. Okay, so this flag will tell you P3 for the way that we do it is, we have priorities. So I know that P3 is, okay, that's priority 3. Let me find P2. Okay, P2 is priority 2. Where is P1? Okay, yeah, there you go. P1 is over here, which means that my country or my government wants me to focus on this fight. And now I'm going to go and I can click defend. You'll see your flag under the side that you should attack. So I'm going to click defend over here. And this also has a bounty. So it has 20,000 and it's paying 0.15. I think that is for every 1,000 damage you do. So if I click defend over here, I'm going to do a little bit of damage and I'm going to get paid a little bit off that once that, so you have to wait for the bounty to start. I don't think it started there. So I kind of just wasted my time clicking, but it's fine. So that's basically how your battles are, okay? That's all you need to do. You'll just go find the battle that your country wants you to attack on, join it, and you'll click attack or defend or whatever, button it is. Over here, I'll click defend, etc. Now, next up, we have the market. So the market is where you can buy and sell goods, okay? So these are all the stuff in game, all the materials and resources in game. If you want to buy anyone, you can click on it. It'll open up another tab like this, and I can click buy. I can choose to buy however much I want. So obviously, if I want to buy 100 bullets, blue bullets, I need 66.6 gold. I do not have that. I only have 23, so I can't buy that. Obviously, let's say I want to buy 10. I could do that instead. Because, yeah, there you go. 10 bullets is going to cost me a total of 6.66. I have 23. I could create the order, but I'm not going to do that because I don't actually want bullets at the moment. And then in order to sell an item, you can go over to anything that you have. For example, I have some extra scrap. I have some extra steel and some extra iron. So I can click over there. I can click sell and I can choose how much I want to sell, I could sell all of it, but I'm not going to. For this, let's just sell one one singular piece of scrap. So I'm going to create the order, and that's going to get me a total of 0.219 in money. So there we go, we'll create the order, that will immediately sell. You can see that my total balance has gone up. So yeah, this is just how you can buy and sell items. Now, if you want to sell gear, you can click new item offer, because you may be like, wait, I don't see gear, how do I sell gear? You'll click new item offer over here. You'll click the item you want to sell, for example, this, and then you can choose to sell it for however much you want. So I'm going to sell this. It says 4.3 is suggested. I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to bother checking. I'm just going to sell it at, actually not, I'll sell it at 4. Someone can get this for nice and cheap. There you go. So I create the order, and now it will show over here. When someone buys it, it will add the funds to my account. Now, the final tab over here is companies. So when you click companies, there's two very simple things, right? This is the company that you work for. So you can see it's under the tab or under the title job. Okay, so this is a job that I work for. All I'm going to do is go click there until I'm out of energy, and they pay me for each click. And then over here, you have all your companies. So you as a new player will obviously not have all these companies. You'll probably have like one, I think, and then you can maybe build a second one soon after. But all you will do for here is, if you want to build a company, you'll scroll to the bottom until you see build a company. This costs concrete, okay? The amount of concrete goes up with every company. So you'll click build a company over here. You can choose whatever company you want to do. You know, you can choose whatever you want to name it. Let's say I want this to be a fish company. I'll call this fish company, okay? There we go. And then I'll choose fish, okay? So that's the product I'm making. That's the name of the company. And then this is the regions that I can choose to base my company in. Now, basing your company in a region, for example, if I choose to base it in Eastern Iceland, right, what that will do is for the next 3 days, because currently there's a deposit there, it will give me a 60% production bonus, and I'll be paying 10% income tax to the country. So Iceland will earn money off me. So what the best thing to do is, if possible, is to select a company that's built within your own borders. For example, if I select steel instead, right? So let's call this Steel Inc. Okay, I spelled that wrong, but it's fine, right? And then I choose a region that's within my country, so I'll get the same bonus, I can get a nice top tier 62% bonus, and I'm going to pay 12% income tax. However, now the income tax is going to go to my own country, so my country can use that money for, whatever they need to, and then you'll just click buy company at the bottom. I can't do that at the moment as I do not have any steel. Now, to work in your own companies, you'll see work, right? Now, this work is different. The one that was for the job that I have, that was blue. This is pink. And this is technically called entrepreneurship, and this one is called energy. So I'm just going to click over here to work in my company. Then I'll click produce. So you will have to manually click produce on every company. I have support at the moment, so I'm just going to click produce all, and it'll click all the produce buttons for me at once. Now, for you guys as a new people, right? You're not going to just see a company here that you're working for. Instead, it's going to say new job offer or something. So you're going to click that button, right? The one that's at the top underneath the job title is going to say join job or find job or something. Click find job. It'll come up with a list of stuff that you can select, a list of job offers. Just go for the top one. The top one is what is paying the most. So you'll click find job. A list of job offers will come up. Click the top one. It pays the most. And then you'll just spam the work button. Now, these stuff here, right? So the energy that I need to work, the energy I need for entrepreneurship, all of that stuff, that regenerates every hour, right? So as you can see, it says regen in, stats regenerate every hour, and these are your stats, okay? So the one to work in your own company, the pink one called entrepreneurship, that's this one over here. Next up, you have the blue one, that's called energy, that's for working in other people's companies. Then you have hunger, and then you have health. So health is what's used when you're fighting, right? So every time you click over here in a battle, it will use some of your health up. And once your health is all down, then you have to wait for it to regenerate. Hunger allows you to get extra health. So if you have hunger, you can come over here and click eat, right? So I currently don't have any hunger, so I can't actually eat anything. But if you do, you can come over here, you can click that, and then you can choose to eat something. For example, I can choose to eat some bread. That will regenerate 10% of my HP. Some steak will regenerate 15%. Or I can eat some cooked fish, which will regenerate 20% of my HP. So I currently have 100 HP. So if I ate this cooked fish, I would be able to get 20 HP back. And I could use that HP then to click defend and defend a couple more times. So yeah, that's all the tabs on the bottom right. That's all the tabs over there sorted out. Next up, the only tab you need to really look about on this left side is chat. Okay, chat's just going to open up different chats. So you're going to have global chat over here, which obviously allows you to chat with everyone. This is your country chat, which will be a flag of your country. Then you have the chat for your party, and then you have any DMs that you have open with friends or other people in game. So yeah, that's everything you need to know about that. The last thing we're going to do is go over your skills, okay? And the reason I saved it for last is because skills are the most important. So there's two ways to access skills. You can click on your image, then click skills, or you can go to profile and then click skills over here. Now, this guide, again, is a beginner's guide for you from level 0 to 15, pretty much. And at that point, you do not need to bother with fight skills, okay? So ignore every single skill over here. You do not need to worry about it now. You can get help with that from the players in your country or from your friends or whatever later on. All you're going to do as a new player is invest in your economic skills, okay? So the order of importance, it goes like this. I would say 1 is production, okay? The more production you have, the more production you make every time you click, whether that's for your entrepreneurship, which is your own companies, or whether that's working for someone else as a job. Either way, the more production you have, the more you will produce. If you're working for someone else and you have more production, you earn more for each production point. If you're working for yourself, that just allows you to produce more items in your own factories. So I'd always say production is the most important. Second would be companies. Now, you don't need too many at the start, right? So you already start off being able to have 2. So you don't need to actually put any points into this until you have 2 companies built. If 2 companies are built and now you want to unlock a third one, then you can come and you can put a skill point into here to unlock a third company, a fourth company, and so on. Only unlock them as you need them, okay? Because it costs concrete to unlock companies, and then it also costs steel to upgrade them. Next up, you have your energy and your entrepreneurship. So if you have just 1 or 2 low-level companies, just put all your points into energy for now, because you're going to earn a lot more working for someone else. So the more energy, the more points you put in here, the more total energy you'll have. So as you can see, from 40, I'm all the way up to 80 total energy, right? Which allows me to obviously click more work times for the job I have and earn more cash. Next up, you have entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, again, you start off with what? I think 30 entrepreneurship at the start, and then each time you upgrade you get 5 more, 35, 40, 45, and currently I'm at 55 entrepreneurship. So yeah, I would say invest all your skills first into production, then energy, then entrepreneurship, and only invest skill points into companies as you hit the limit and you need to unlock more. Aside of that, don't worry about workers. Workers are just going to cost you a lot of money. Don't bother hiring any workers for, quite a long time. And don't bother with any of these fighting skills until you hit level 15 at least. And even at that point, you probably shouldn't bother with it at that point. But if you do want to, you can go and ask around, in your country chat or in global chat or whatever, or in your party chat or your MU chat, and, ask them for some help. Or if your country has a Discord, you can go join their Discord and, ask for some help in terms of your skills, etc. at that point. Anyways, if this video did help, if you guys did enjoy it, please do drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. And finally, I would just like to give a massive shout out and a heartfelt thank you to all my YouTube members who go above and beyond in supporting the channel and helping to make this all possible. Your continued support truly means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. Konnichiwa.